To make one apple cake mix, you need one bundt pan, one yellow cake mix with pudding in the mix. Okay? A cup of vegetable oil, 8 ounces of sour cream, any kind, any brand, 4 large eggs, 2 apples sliced, some cinnamon and brown sugar mix, and some cooking spray. In the bowl, take some shells out if you want, leave them in if you want. Doesn't really matter. I usually cook them with them in them. Okay? There we go.
So how much sour cream do you have there?
This is 8 ounces.
Okay.
You want to take the half a cup of vegetable oil, mix all the wet goods together first. Mix this all together. Just get it all mixed in. We use the mixer when you mix the cake in and everything like that. Alright. That's your wet mix. You want to peel and core and slice 2 apples. This is the easy, lazy way. Problem is they're a little bit thicker than you really need, but they still cook fine though. Slice them in half. You use some of the bigger ones for the bigger areas and smaller ones for the smaller areas in the cake. Get the cake mix with pudding in the mix already. It's a box of instant pudding already mixed in it.
What's the difference?
Well, you can get it without the pudding, and you got to buy the separate vanilla pudding, instant pudding mix, and put it in yourselves. This is just easier. The pudding helps to make a more moister cake, as well as the sour cream does too. That's the key about the apple cake, is the moistness between the instant pudding and the sour cream. Mix that in. You gotta get the edges too, that's the problem. That's why she likes a spoon. Okay, you want to mix it till there's no more lumps. And again, as I was saying, make sure you get off the edges. You want to do a generous, around here is where it's going to stick the most. A light layer on the outside, a little thicker layer on the inside. That makes sense? You take half the batter and spread it along the bottom. Can you see that? You got enough light there? You don't want to do too much, you don't want to do too little. Taking half of the batter to make a bottom base that you're going to then put some apple slices in. Spread it evenly around. Take the apple slices. Try to get the bigger ones for the top. Try to use most of the small ones on the bottom layer because it's not as wide. Now this is where you put the cinnamon sugar mix on top. This gets a little bit of a extra flavoring to it. Now you can buy cinnamon separately and brown sugar separately and put a little bit of mix yourself, or you can just buy it already mixed. The easy way, that's what I do. You want to now then take the rest of the cake mix, spread it out evenly over the bottom layer. Another layer of apples. Now you can also use strawberries, blueberries. You don't have to use apples. This is just an apple cake because you're using apples. If you want to use something else, you can use something else. Pineapples, bananas.
Blackberries, blueberries,
But you gotta have them sliced though. You can't have them too thick, otherwise they won't cook. You got another light layer of cinnamon brown sugar. This just helps it to brown it a little bit and give it a little bit extra flavor. Take it, put it in the oven at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes, depending on the oven. The electric oven you probably cook for like 40 minutes, and gas oven about 35 minutes. I usually go in the middle anyways, 37 minutes. You know, you don't want to overcook it because then it dries it up. You don't want to undercook and then it falls apart. So test it with a toothpick or something like that. This is 37 minutes. I'm gonna take it out. It looks golden. Of it. Try and go in between. Alright, so actually, it's fine. I try and get it where it comes out where you see a little bit of wetness on the bottom. But that's good. So you want to let it cool for like 5 minutes on the rack, and then you can take it out of the pan. You want to shake it. See how it's loose? You can see it come up. So that should give us a good clean removal. Let's hope. Whoa! Whoa.
Perfect.
Now, what you want to do now? Darlene, I'll get them.
I'm gonna stay here because you gotta snatch it there.
I want to put 2 plates underneath just for strength. You should actually get bigger plates. Use a bigger plate for that. So you want to put it in here. You can freeze it in this until you're ready to eat it or sell it or whatever you want to do.